Dedicated, determined, dependable. This is News 10 ABC.
It was a racially fueled crime. We were 3 black girls jumped by like 20 white people.
That's what they said, but newly released video from inside the bus shows a completely different story. We have major breaking developments tonight. Multiple charges now coming against the 3 Ualbany students who originally claimed they were the victims.
Officials releasing that video from inside the bus and as well the 911 calls made after that incident.
Let's take a closer look at the video right here. You'll see punches being thrown by the woman in the green jacket. See that? She's hitting a man in a gray hoodie. As he's trying to get off the bus, she actually will chase after him and yelling as he tries to get away.
We have live team coverage on this story. News 10 ABC's Rachel Yankunis standing by with student reaction. But first, we want to get to Trishna Begum. And Trishna, what have you learned about all of this today?
Well, they made those serious claims, and now they're facing some serious charges. Police spent 3 weeks investigating this, looking through the footage from 12 different cameras on that bus. This is just one of the clips from inside of that bus. This clip runs 2 minutes in length, and you see all of those people on that bus, the girl throwing the punch there. Police interviewed all 35 people who were on that bus that night, and today we are learning, remember, the girls made claims that they were attacked because they were black, they were attacked by men. The video and police telling a different story, that in fact these girls had started the fight, according to police. For the first time, we are seeing the video of what happened on the bus and also audio from the 911 calls made by the women claiming to be victims.
Hi, yes, I'd like to report the fact that me and my friends were just jumped on a bus for being black.
That's the voice of Aisha Burwell, who was front and center at a rally held in solidarity for the students after claiming to be victims of the racially motivated attack.
Some of us on a bus, and they were calling us the N-word and hitting us, and so were guys, and the bus driver didn't do anything about it.
Ualbany police will charge Burwell for falsely reporting an incident and assault.
But to be a part of that, I think it's unforgivable.
The video shows the 3 suspects in a confrontation with several. Clearly see one of them throwing a punch. Also on that bus, Ariel Agudio and Alexis Briggs, who will both face assault charges. It's footage Carolyn McLaughlin has already seen.
I don't know what the answer is in terms of their, asking for forgiveness and apologizing to the university. But they have to answer to the charges.
McLaughlin says she's now concerned for the people who may experience a real hate crime.
Don't be afraid that because these young ladies made a mistake by embellishing their story, right, that you have to be afraid to report something that may seriously happen to you.
Now, along with Burwell, 20-year-old Ariel Agudio will also face a charge of falsely reporting this incident. All 3 girls will be in court first thing Monday morning. Reporting live from for News 10 ABC.
Thank you, Trishna. Continuing our team coverage right now, News 10 ABC's Rachel Yankunis. You spoke with students today, and what did they tell you about this turn of events?
Lydia, many students tell me they're upset. They feel a double standard may be here on campus, and they're afraid this will now desensitize others to the bigger issue of racism.
3 weeks ago, hundreds of people rallied for injustice when 3 Ualbany students claimed they were racially attacked. Aisha Burwell tweeting she was beaten because of the color of her skin. But now police say these self-proclaimed victims are actually the perpetrators, and investigators found no evidence of racial slurs directed towards them. Some Ualbany students tell me they don't think it's fair that a student even left because of the threats he received from one of the girls' brother.
Yeah, he left because he had he just didn't feel safe here, and that's not something fair for this university. We should all feel safe.
Students tell me they're anxious to hear from the girls themselves, who will now be facing charges.
The girls, maybe we should wait for a response from them before we decide on anything definite. I think it's still not a good look for if someone else were to make some similar allegation like that.
Community activist Alice Green is suggesting this as an opportunity to start a discussion about people's perceptions of racism and how to avoid seeing a divide.
I think we should use this whole incident as an opportunity to have some kind of a community teachable kind of moment so that we can look at why people are reacting so strongly in some circles about this incident.
Now, University Police Chief says he wants to point out that this incident on the bus was not a hate crime and that the only person investigators heard racial slurs from was one of the defendants. Live at Ualbany, I'm Rachel Yankunis for News 10 ABC.
Thank you, Rachel. Ualbany President Robert Jones released a statement saying this matter is now in the hands of the criminal justice system. I look forward to the resolution of this case. I ask the community for its continued patience and respect as the judicial process continues. News 10 ABC was the first to break this story yesterday. Stay with us both on air and online for the latest developments here.
Other news now, big developments in Hoosick Falls and their water crisis. The village's filtration system is now finally operational. The hope now will help combat the PFOA contamination crisis. News 10 ABC's Lindsay Nielsen dedicated to this story from the beginning. Lindsay, you've been there almost every single day for the last couple of months. She joins us live with the latest. Lindsay.
John, I have been here every day. I'm very, very familiar with this community. It's plain and simple for the folks that live here. They say they're not going to drink the water even after this filtration system works. They'll keep drinking bottled water. One woman who delivers to those in need says she tried to meet with St. Gobain to get help for her volunteer efforts, but they canceled a meeting with her today.
A part of me feels almost like it's being taken for granted because someone else is doing it. So I don't know. I've tried to put the word out to get help.
Michelle O'Leary is frustrated. She's known as the Water Angel in Hoosick Falls, taking it upon herself to volunteer time delivering bottled water to those who can't get it themselves, like Lisa Tift, who's disabled. She also delivers important information.
They don't attend meetings. They're not on social media. So I always have a box of papers in my car. And I'm kind of their resource and their eyes and ears between the village and what's going on.
A new water filtration system is almost complete, expected to reduce the level of PFOA contamination. But many say they will stick with bottled water, no matter what. Are you going to feel okay drinking the water again?
No. I've been since my brother got sick. I've been buying it right here.
What is that fear?
The fear is becoming ill.
Today, O'Leary was set to meet with St. Gobain because so many plan to keep drinking bottled water even after the new filtration system is ready. That means she has to deliver for many more months to come. She wanted to meet with St. Gobain to get some help, but O'Leary is listed in a class action lawsuit against the company, so she says the meeting was called off.
They sent me an email yesterday basically giving me their apologies, saying that they can't really talk to me now since my name was mentioned.
Now, in a statement today from a St. Gobain spokesperson, she said, quote, since the lawsuit was filed yesterday, the meeting to discuss the water delivery and how we might help was postponed to enable Michelle the time to speak with her counsel. As noted to Michelle, this is in no way diminishes our deep appreciation of her efforts. Now, again, the new filtration system is almost ready, but there are still a few more steps until that is up and running and they are able to tell people to drink the water again. Live in Hoosick Falls, Lindsay Nielsen, News 10 ABC.
Thank you, Lindsay. Tests for PFOA in North Bennington have now come back positive. Officials say the public water supply is safe, but some businesses and private wells show signs of contamination. Officials will be at 2 community meetings to answer questions, one tomorrow, another is Monday. Full details on that on our website, news10.com.
Jason White, the father of murder victim Kenneth White, decided not to give up his parental right to Kenneth's sisters at a family court hearing today. News 10 ABC's Nicole Hart joining us live in studio with more on that news. Nicole.
Yeah, John, the judge saying this morning that as of today, White had not completed a court-ordered mandatory drug test or visited with the daughters he is fighting for since December 2nd of last year.
I love my babies.
After today's hearing, it was just a few weeks ago when he asked a family court judge for more time to decide whether or not he'll give up his parental rights over Kenneth's twin sister and their younger sister. This morning, White told that same judge he had no intention of giving up his rights, but he did agree to Albany County's goal of seeking permanent adoption for the girls, something Kenneth's Army says should happen.
We want you to know, we want everybody to know we are here to make sure that those girls are safe. They need to be kept in foster care until they can go up for adoption.
That decision will be made at an August 1st hearing when steps to legally end White's rights could begin. Their mother, Christine, is expected in court that same day. Until then, both girls remain in foster care. Live in studio, Nicole Hart, News 10 ABC. Lydia.
Thank you, Nicole. Time now to check in with News 10 ABC Chief Meteorologist Steve Caparizzo for our storm tracker forecast. What a difference a day makes, Steve.
Yeah, you're not kidding. We're just getting some updated information here. We got some ice jams now taking place. Let's go right to the graphics, and we'll try to sort things out for you. We have this might be a little bit locked up here. I'm not sure if Tim can hear me back in the office, but yeah, we got a little bit of a technical glitch here. Okay, I got it working now, Tim. All right, let's show you the big picture of the radar. We got some snow flurries and snow showers. Some pretty good snow showing up in southern Vermont and the northern Berkshires right now. A bit of a changeover. There could be a couple of inches there. And some snow and snow showers out I-88 as you head out towards Cobleskill and the northern Catskills. All right, now let's show you what's going on in terms of the ice jams. And we'll have to watch this. In Herkimer County in particular, in Salisbury, we have a report of an ice jam along Route 29. So we're going to have to watch that. It will back up the water. Also, in McKeever, on the Moose River, we have an ice jam showing up. And still some flooding possible over in east central Washington County. But that's about it in terms of flooding. Now, rivers and streams will stay high, no doubt about that, through tonight, and the Mohawk and Hudson rivers will rise for the next 24 hours. Much more coming up later in the newscast. John?
All right, thank you, Cap. Coming up here on News 10 ABC at 6.
It was really bad. It was scary because I didn't know where I could go.
An apartment building condemned, people living there forced out, one woman brought to tears. Latest on this serious situation happening right now in North Adams.
You're watching News 10 ABC. Dedicated, determined, dependable. You're watching News 10 ABC.
Some 30 people are without a home now in North Adams.
They actually got kicked out of their apartments in North Adams after the city condemned their building.
And some don't have anywhere to go. News 10 ABC's Ayla Ferrone has the story you'll only see here on 10.
Jennifer Malloy has lived in this High Street apartment building for more than 2 years, but spent last night sleeping in her car.
I didn't know where to put myself. And it's, you know, and the other neighbors, and I just feel so bad because there's babies in the building. And
that's because yesterday the building was condemned.
They came at 3 o'clock and we were told we got to, you know, basically be out by 5 by the dark time.
City administrators say the landlord left the building in an unsafe condition.
The issues that we have right now have pushed it to the point that it's going to take more to get this place up to proper standards for people living.
Several things in the building are not up to code, including heaters like this one that are installed in every room, but they weren't put in by an electrician, and the last one that was here actually caught on fire. Malloy says she's tried to call and text her landlord with no response, so she gave me his number. And I tried to call him too.
You can my phone right now, leave your name, number, and a brief message. I'll return your call as soon as possible.
With no answer. Malloy and the other tenants were allowed in the building today to gather their things. Malloy has found a new apartment but can't move in until April 1st. In North Adams, Ayla Ferrone, News 10 ABC.
We certainly wish her well. Well, imagine being one of the top athletes in your high school in the state. Literally, you're on top of the world. Then a motorcycle crash leaves you paralyzed from the chest down. How would you react? Coming up tonight at 10 and 11, my special report on a very special young man from Berkshire County. He took the dis off of disability, and he's doing some amazing things from his career to what I witnessed high atop of Jiminy Peak. This is a story that's going to surprise you, make you smile, and inspire you as well. It'll make you realize anything's possible if you just don't give up. I'm really excited for you to meet Steve Farrow tonight at 10 and 11.
I can't wait to see that story. Thank you, John. Now we're going to turn our attention over to the Storm Tracker Center, where our News 10 ABC Chief Meteorologist Steve Caparizzo is not quite as busy as he was last night, but oh boy, those damaged photos are coming in, Steve.
Yeah, a lot of flooding. We know that. We're getting reports along the East Canada Creek. Salisbury in Herkimer County of an ice jam along Route 29, so be careful with that. Wind was a big issue in parts of the Berkshires. Check out some of these pictures coming in. Big pine trees, they tend to be top heavy, and of course this winter the ground not quite as frozen as it normally is. This is in Williamstown in the northern Berkshires. Schwan William captured this picture, and this is not that far away from the wind and tree damage that hit parts of North Adams. This big tree getting cut up today, actually several pine trees here. This is the Blackington section on the west side of North Adams, Ian Downey, and here's another picture of a tree, a pine tree on a home, basically on Galvin Street or Galvin Road again on the west side of North Adams from those strong winds. And of course the rain. Check out some of the big time rainfall amounts. Hannacroy, Pine Plains, Germantown, all over 3 inches. Townsend, Vermont, 2.8. By the way, here in Albany, about 2.4. Beckett in the Berkshires, 2.33 inches of rain. And if you missed it, it happened early. Look how warm it got. 63 at Poughkeepsie. North Adams hit 61. Bennington 59. Albany at 4 a.m. at a high temperature of 58, and Pittsfield at 57. All right, scattered rain and snow showers, trending more towards snow showers and flurries overnight. Temperatures dropping into the mid-20s here. Teens up in the Adirondacks. All right, we got 40 in Saratoga, 38 at North Adams, 39 Rutland, low 30s up to the north and west of us. Winds picking up, 41 at Hudson. Weather watchers are reporting in some flurries around Indian Lake, 33, upper 30s, Queensbury, Whitehall, Greenfield Center, 40 right now at Mechanicville, about 2.5 inches of rain. Sonia Rismeyer in Stratford, the colder air is coming in, 34. 36 up on the hill in Bennington. Wyndham, snow flurries, snow showers, 35. Rosendale, 42. 40 at Germantown. Quite a bit of flooding here. 33 snow showers up around Duanesburg. There's the big storm. The colder air coming in. Look at the snow flurries and snow showers that will swing through overnight. All right, flurries, snow shower overnight, coating to 1 inch in spots. High elevations in New England may pick up a couple of inches of snow. A little upslope, low near 25. Partly sunny, windy, colder, about 30 tomorrow. Winds gusting over 35 miles per hour. Partly sunny on Saturday, 38. Look at Sunday. Mid-50s. Chance of a shower Monday morning, then partly sunny. 45, dropping during the afternoon. Back up to 50 on Tuesday. Some showers Wednesday, 47, and Thursday partly sunny, a little bit colder, a high near 35. We've had a ton of weather in the past 24 hours.
All right, thank you, sir.
Let's see what's going on in sports. Liana.
Hey guys, well the Ualbany men's lacrosse team got beat pretty good in its season opener, but next in sports, why you shouldn't count this team out so early in the season. Stay tuned. Welcome back, everyone. Ualbany's season opener against Syracuse was supposed to be a good litmus test for the Great Danes, see how they stacked up against one of the best. But even though they lost by 9 goals, you can't write this team off quite yet. Head coach Scott Marr pointed out today that last year's game against the Orange wasn't much better with Lyle Thompson, and that game was halfway through the season. This was the first test after implementing a brand new offense, so it'll take some time. Still, Marr wants his team to value the ball more in its home opener on Sunday.
We definitely want to be that fast-paced type of a team, but we have to be responsible. And I think the other night we just weren't responsible with the ball. And you know, again, when you turn it over 18 times in a game like that, it's going to hurt you.
The Danes welcome Drexel Saturday, not Sunday, for their home opener. They beat the Dragons by 7 goals last year. Now later tonight, the 2016 Section 2 hockey champion will be crowned, and it's no surprise to see Saratoga fighting for another championship. The Blue Streaks are seeking their 6th title in 7 years. The team in the way, though, a Cinderella of sorts. Tri-Falls, a 4th-year program. The Rivermen are the 6th seed in the tournament, upsetting Shen and getting by LaSalle to make it this far. They'll try their hand at Mighty Toga tonight tonight at 7 o'clock at Mesa Rink at Union College. Now up in Glens Falls, 4 AA boys teams will be narrowed down to 2 tonight. Unbeaten Shenandoah working on its title defense against CBA in the semifinals at 7:30. Guilderland and Green Tech in action as we speak. The Eagles soaring out to an 11-4 lead after the first quarter. Highlights and reaction coming up later on tonight on News 10 ABC. Now on the college front, the Ualbany women are also back in business tonight after a full week off. The Danes host UMass Lowell before closing out the regular season against Hartford on Sunday. Both of those opponents are in the bottom half of the standings, but UAlbany is not looking ahead to the conference tournament.
We play one game at a time. Like, we can't just think ahead. Like, each game is going to get us better as a team, so that we just have to go in there like that.
Pretty good mentality, right? That's probably what makes them so good, right?
All right. Thank you, Leanna. We'll be right back.
Stay with us.
Thanks so much for joining us here on News 10 ABC at 6. We will see you back here tonight at 10 and 11.
Yep. David Muir's next. Have yourself a great night.